God knows your heart, and he knew the only way to get my butt in church is to wave a very pretty girl in front of my face. So a wonderful woman brought me to church, fell head over heels with Christ. And it's a weird experience to fall in love with a like non-tangible person. But he took my heart, and and it just changed everything.
It's been a long ride. Thought for a long time that things were just going to be bad, and I was a victim of where I came from in life. I never thought that being a 7-time felon, getting out of jail, that my life was going to be different. I struggled with depression because of it, and I just thought, I'm never going to move past this. And I remember sitting in that cell with my Bible and just dropping to my knees and crying because I was so happy about the salvation that I had come into.
I grew up with a single mom for a while, raising 3 kids. It was tough, not being able to have enough food on the table. God answered my mom's prayers and blessed us with my stepdad, who got us out of, some tough times. Your teenage years, I've partied, and that's stuff that I'm obviously really proud of, but it wasn't until recently I was just tired of it. The person that brought me to Imago was Sean. He's definitely been there through my journeys and seen me actually grow. Honestly, going to church and stuff by myself is very terrifying to me. I didn't know the difference between like religion and being a believer. Religion having rules, and I always thought that's what it was. Felt like I would have to dress a certain way and act a certain way, but coming to Imago, I feel at home.
He definitely protects us.
Yeah.
And it teaches patience.
Yes. He shows us a lot of miracles.
Hannah and I, our dad did a baptism Bible study with us a long time ago. And just recently, Chloe and Benji both said they wanted to get baptized too. So,
yeah. Dad's gonna baptize us.
Yeah.
I'm really excited. I was 10 and I was talking with my dad, and he asked me if I wanted to really accept Jesus, and I said yes, and we prayed together. And that was a big moment in my life, and I want to finally do it.
Yeah.
It's a declaration to everyone that I'm going to follow him for the rest of my life.
Is it fun to be doing it with all your brothers and sisters?
Yes.
I was in a very bad place before, and very broken, and just hobbling along. People say like Christ will take your heart and give you a new one, and I just didn't believe it. Like, you don't get anything for free in this world, It's just not how the world works, and I just perceive the world differently than I did before. The people, it's not as ugly as it was before.
I start to notice, caring more about people and listening to their story, not being so selfish. I could just totally tell that God was in my life, and he would send me these little signs.
He's shown me that he really loves us all. I think it sounds really fun to follow Jesus, and I'm reading a book that's really interesting about a girl. She almost died of trying to go to a country because she thought that Jesus wanted her to go there. And I think it would be really amazing to surrender my life to Jesus, that I can spend my life with Jesus instead of just at home.
I'm going to get judged by everybody, and that's not for me to worry about what everybody else thinks or who I am or who I'll be. Like, when God came into my life, loved me no matter what and forgive me for my sins, and I could care less what anybody thinks because I know that I'm forgiven, and I'm just thankful today to realize that I made those mistakes, and through Christ I don't have to do those things again because I'm reborn.
I feel like don't think you're very different. Like, Jesus just came for me for sure. He's never leaving. So always gonna protect me from sin.
Like, I know I'm ready to do this, and I know I'm ready to follow Jesus, and I want to be able to do that. It's terrifying to do it in front of the whole church, but I think that God wanted me to step out of my comfort zone and do this interview and get baptized in front of everybody. So, so I just feel it's the right time.
I think it's a public, like you're surrendering your life to Jesus. It's a public surrender, that you're not going to follow your own ways and do what you want, but do what Jesus wants.
You know, just hard for us, just as humans, to accept that much. And it's too much to bear sometimes. It's like drinking from a fire hose. It's just so much grace and so much acceptance and love. For 32 long years, I've swam against the current. All alone, I have fought the natural flow of this world with all of my strength, with all of my heart, and with all of my sin. I was too smart and too proud to ever ask for help, and was satisfied to go through this world on my own. Unfortunately, swimming against the tide doesn't get you too far. As time went on, my burdens mounted, my heart grew heavy, and I grew more and more exhausted. I became beaten, broken, and desperate, until a day came that I simply gave up and let the current take me. I never thought in 100 years I would come to Christ, nor would he have me. He first gave me mercy, then forgiveness, then acceptance, and finally grace. I was given a new heart to love with, and new eyes to see the world. As with all relationships, bold love breeds commitment. I choose to display my gratitude and commitment to Christ through the act of baptism.